an ambulance immediately to Arches National Park.
I saw the worst thing I hope I will ever see.
Esther Nakajjigo, this woman on your screen, was a celebrated human rights activist from Uganda. When she and her husband visited Arches National Park last spring, it was supposed to be the beginning of their lives together. Instead, in an instant, it was all over.
And now comes the question of accountability. Here is Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle. And a warning, some of the details and images in this story are graphic.
My name is Esther Nakajjigo, the Uganda's ambassador for women and girls.
Uganda is where Nakajjigo, or Essie as people called her, grew up. She was an actress and a performer at an early age. Then at 17, she used her tuition money to start what was called the Princess Diana Healthcare Center, a clinic for teenagers that saw 300 people a day.
They do not need to only have book information, they have skills for life.
After an award from the United Nations, Esther received the ambassadorship from Uganda. She focused on girls who had themselves become mothers through rape or forced marriages.
Young leaders here, like Esther, will decide the future.
Essie told of their plights in a reality show that aired in Uganda.
Right now, as we talk about the show, it has 6.3 million viewers every week.
She did quite an incredible amount of initiatives in the short time she had.
Ludo Michaud is Essie's widower. Originally from France, he now lives in the Denver area.
The goal of that TV reality show was that the candidate would do initiatives to help women and girls.
Essie received a scholarship for Next Generation Leaders at the Watson Institute in Boulder, Colorado. While there, she met Michaud. They married in March of 2020. By late spring, pandemic closures had people itching to get outdoors.
I really wanted to show her Arches because I know all the parks around Moab because, yeah, it's one of my favorite places in the U.S., if not my favorite place.
The couple drove into Arches National Park on June 13th. They hiked the trail to Delicate Arch and posed for this photo. One of the last moments the newlyweds enjoyed together was here in this area of the park known as the Windows. They gazed at the arches you see behind me. They ate the sandwiches they brought for lunch. Then it was back in the car to drive out of the park.
It was kind of a windy day.
Just before exiting past the visitor center, drivers pass a gate. No one disputes that on this day, the gate was open and unsecured as Ludo and Essie's rented Chevy Malibu slowly approached it. Ludo was driving.
I heard a huge noise and the car stopped kind of by itself.
Wind caught the metal tube gate and the stop sign on it. The top rail of the gate pierced the car, hit Essie, and stopped on the back of Ludo's headrest. Esther Nakajjigo was 25 years old.
911, what is your emergency? Hi, we need an ambulance immediately to Arches National Park. There was just a car accident and a woman is decapitated. Her head is on the ground.
I saw the worst thing I hope I will ever see.
This is the spot where the accident happened. There's now a chain and padlock on this gate. Also, this gate has been changed so that it now swings counterclockwise and any oncoming driver can see what's coming. The old gate and sign were dangerous, says Deborah Chang, Ludo's Los Angeles-based attorney.
It is like a metal spear or a lance, and it is at its most narrow profile, pointing towards him, adobe colored, like the surrounding area. So it'd be like me pointing a piece of paper to you on its most narrow side. You wouldn't be able to detect it or see it.
The Grand County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene and took these photos. Its reports also make reference to a video camera on the visitor center that recorded what happened. Chang says the National Park Service has so far declined to provide her that video. What do you think the video might tell you that you don't already know?
I think the video will show in detail how fast this happened. Literally a split second, giving Ludo absolutely zero chance to avoid it.
That's an important point in a claim Chang has filed with the Park Service. Besides failing to latch the gate, the claim contends the gate's orientation violated federal standards. The claim also says Ludo has been diagnosed with PTSD. In all, the claim, which is a step that has to be taken before Chang can file a lawsuit, asks for $270 million.
That includes a lot of components in it, what she could have made in her life, and everything that her family and Ludo has gone through. And honestly, our experts had computed much higher, but we took a very conservative approach.
Ludo wants the money to care for his late wife's family and support her causes in Uganda.
Maybe the most important thing is to make sure what she's done continues beyond her.
The National Park Service would not go on camera for this story, but instead issued a statement reading in part, "Our sympathies go out to Esther Nakajjigo's family, friends, and those whose lives she impacted both nationally and internationally as a human rights activist."
Esther means star. You want to be a star to be able to light in the lives of the people who feel it's dark.
After Essie's death, the National Park Service sent a safety bulletin to parks to inspect and secure all similar swinging arm gates. We asked the Park Service if anyone was disciplined for leaving that gated arches unlatched. It has not given us an answer. In the studio, Nate Carlisle, Fox 13 News, Utah.
The Park Service has until sometime in April to answer the claim if it wants to settle the case short of a lawsuit. If you'd like to learn more, Nate is hosting a live chat about the life and death of Esther Nakajjigo right now on the Fox 13 Facebook page.
Also, if you have a story you would like the Fox 13 Investigates team to look into, send an email to iteam@fox13now.com, or you can call the tip line. The number is 801-536-1314.